Hello.
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 Broken hearted, my life just started. This feels like a second wind. Leaving the negativity, I'm shedding my old skin. You bring me down, but I'll pick me up and do anything I like. I can finally breathe and take care of me. All you claimed is the victim's game, but your words equal. It takes you away straight, I swear you never really even fucking looked at me. This is my rebirth, and I'm hitting where it hurts to move forward and progress. Oh, I hope this feeling lasts, and to all the friends who turn their backs, they won't see me crack. I'm turning a new page, and I'm feeling okay. Ladies and gentlemen, take your seats. The show's about to begin, so make sure to pick a side and not listen to the other at any time. Whatever I say to you, you'll share with anybody who you've said more than a word to. This is my rebirth, and I'm hitting where it hurts to move forward and progress. Oh, I hope this feeling lasts, and to all the friends who turn their backs, they won't see me crack. I'm turning a new page, and I'm feeling okay. It must have felt so nice to turn all of our friends on your side. If they could only see through my eyes. I don't need any of you. You're so colorless and shining through. When you never asked but assumed the last thing you heard was the truth. I'm sick of hearing your excuse. I'm better than I have ever been. Even worse, I'm This is my rebirth, and I'm hitting where it hurts to move forward and progress. Oh, I hope this feeling lasts, and to all the friends who turn their backs, they won't see me crack. I'm turning a new page, and I'm feeling okay.
High Fives Podcast, episode 34.
Good guess.
34. Yep. Sounds good to me. We started out a little bit differently this time around. That song you just heard was Rebirth by a band called Sellout, who's from Calgary. And in the big air quotes studio, we have Sarah, who's the vocalist from Sellout. How are you today?
I'm great.
Excellent.
Excited
Thanks for
to be
joining
here.
us.
Yeah.
So our list for episode 34, we're going to go with that.
Yeah, let's just do it.
Okay, 34 is top 5 female vocalists. So that's why we thought it'd be a good idea to bring in a female vocalist. So thanks again for coming in.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about, you guys just released that new EP.
Yeah, we did.
And how are sales? Are you guys touring? What's going on with the big release?
We've been playing lots of shows, usually like a couple times a month, and it's been so fun. We've got a great response from it. we recorded the whole EP all live off the floor. So going into the studio, we were really worried, you know, like, I don't know what's going to happen if we're going to frig up. And we only have 2 days in the studio to write or record 7 songs. So, but it ended up turning out great. We banged out 6 on the first day and ended up with doing the last one on the second and just cleaning up a couple other things. But it was really cool to, do a record live off the floor. And we're really happy with how it sounds. And everybody else is really happy with how it sounds. And I loved writing it. This was the most fun thing I've ever written.
So let's talk about the song Rebirth.
Yeah.
I mean, seems fairly obvious.
Yeah, it's just all about, I don't know, for a long period of time, I would say I felt, what's the word? Just held back in a lot of senses, and wasn't doing things that were making me happy and wasn't being who I really am. And this record was all about writing about that and like going through the struggles of losing people in my life and gaining a lot of really good people. And Rebirth is all just about the struggle that, or the struggle that I went through and the getting over it and like rebuilding myself. And I've got a lot of people, well, I don't want to say a lot of people, I've got more responses than I ever have for any other song for Rebirth. I had a girl come up to me at our Big Winter Classic Rockin' for $1 show in the washroom, and I just came out of the bathroom. I was waiting to wash my hands, and this girl turns to me and she just like starts crying. She's like, I love your music. And I started crying too, because I've never had that happen before. It was just so amazing. And she just said like, Rebirth has gotten me through so much, and she was just thanking me, and I was just crying. I didn't know how to react to it. It was an amazing moment. But I that's why I write music. I just want to be able to connect with other people, and I feel like that song has made a connection with a lot of my friends, and it's been really cool.
So let's talk a little bit about women in punk rock.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do you find your way into punk rock?
I started going to shows late after high school. Like, I never really listened to a whole lot of punk rock, or, you know, I listened to CDs my dad would show me as a kid, like Green Day and
It's pretty cool, Dad.
yeah, well, I remember he gave me Dookie for like my first CD.
Wow.
And my mom listened to it, and she was like, "No, John, why did you give our daughter the CD?" But I loved it, and I thought it was amazing. But yeah, I never like really listened to hard rock or metal or punk rock or anything that I listen to now until after high school. And when I was introduced to it, it was just like this whole new world that I never even knew kind of existed, and it was like an existential thing for me. Like, I remember going to shows and meeting all these great people who are in bands and just like doing music, and we're so happy. And it was just like this amazing creative thing that I really loved, and I've like always felt really creative. So yeah, just going to shows, and that's how I met my bandmates, going to their shows and seeing them, and that's how I got my start in it, I guess.
Punk rock's not, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, going to shows, you don't often see a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's because, and maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I don't go to a ton of shows anymore, but, you know, in my experience,
Yeah.
it's
majority
generally
male.
more male.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, do you, is there a reason that you can come to behind that?
I think it's just like the tough sort of, like growing up as being a daughter, like an only daughter. I was never, my mom never listened to that kind of music. And it would be really awesome if she did. But I don't know if it's just like how we were raised or people we hang out with. But yeah, it shows it's predominantly male, depending on, you know, what you're going to, what kind of music you're going to. I mean, pop show, or if you're going to the 1975, it's majority female.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
like more upbeat things. But yeah, going to metal shows and punk shows. And I started going to hardcore shows, which is people moshing, and you're just like, being a small little lady, my first show, I loved it, but it was still super intimidating. A bunch of guys throwing punches and hitting everybody, and it's all like fun and games because everybody's picking each other up and everything like that. But yeah, I guess it's just like you don't see. Well, I have gone to a lot of shows where girls have moshed, and that's awesome. But yeah, I don't know if it's just like the intimidating sort of nature of it, or sometimes, I mean, in every group you're going to find crappy people. So if there's sometimes like I've kind of noticed in different genres, like there's just the some people that are like, okay, this is like all boys club, you know. But you just find other people that aren't like that, because you can definitely get away from that.
Yeah, see, I was gonna, like, when we first started thinking about this, I was like, I'm totally naive in myself. I was like, growing up in the punk scene here, I always felt there was a lot of girls involved. There was like girls that ran zines, girls put on shows.
Yeah.
There was girls in bands. So I never really thought of it as a problem, and it's super naive on my part. So like I was always like, oh, this is so progressive and stuff compared to what I would see at school or whatnot. Like, they'd be very encouraging for anybody if they were, like, regardless of race, sex, sexual orientation, anything, people were involved. And it was like an amalgamation of people. And then, like, not long ago, one of my friends tweeted something, and I was like, and I'm going to read it, because she wrote, "Men who see me wearing my Girls Invented Punk Rock, Not England shirt have to say, no, they didn't. And it's 99% of the reason I wear it." And I was thinking, I was like,
Yeah.
I've never had a person come up to me in all these years going to shows, putting on albums, comment on what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Like, not once has somebody been like, oh, well, I need to explain that to you. Like, you like that band? Let me explain that to you.
Yeah. Totally.
And I was like, is that something that girls have to go through, like, all the time? Like, that's fucking shitty.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, it never dawned on me.
No,
And then I was
totally.
reading another interview with the girl from the Donnas, and she said in almost every interview, someone accused them of not writing their own songs. And I was like, that never
That's
would have
believable.
that would
Yeah.
never happen to, like, so
Fucking
any of the
losing
other
my
bands on Lookout. No one would ever go to Ben Weasel and be like,
No.
you didn't write that.
No, there's definitely like that shit attitude, and like everywhere you go, right?
Yeah.
So, but you just stay away from those people and
Well, that's how you get on.
stand up for yourself. Absolutely. And I write. Excuse me. I haven't written a whole lot about, you know, like what my idea of like feminism is, and but I do have some like hints to it in some of my songs and everything. But I'm a huge advocate for inclusion, and and you just got to stay away from people that don't, you know, think about that, I guess.
Is there, like, I mean, there was that kind of surge of like that Riot Girl music, you know, back in, I don't know,
90s, yeah.
80s?
Late 80s.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Do you see that like kind of coming back now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's awesome. I think there's just like a huge wave of the like feminism and feminism ideology going around, which is awesome. And so yeah, people are, you know, listening to who really started it all, and who was ballsy enough in the late 80s and 90s to create an all-girl band and be like a punk rock band.
I listened to a podcast recently, and there was a female on the podcast talking about, you know, she's a bass player in a band now, and she really wanted to be in hardcore, and there was this hardcore band that she kind of reached out to, and they were like, you know, you're really cool, but we don't want a girl in our band.
Totally.
I mean, did you experience that when you were trying to, you know, put a band together?
Absolutely. Well, I mean,
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
that is
Like, I don't
crazy.
think, like,
to
I'm
me.
just like, if you're good enough, like, I've just never ever,
Right.
and like, we put out so many albums. I never once thought like, oh, I wouldn't put out that album because a girl was in the band. Like, Andy was in all those bands, and like,
Yeah.
well, my thing was the screaming, because like I do, well, more screaming in the first EP than the second, but when I was learning how to scream, and I was Dre and Frank, who are my guitar player and drummer, our guitar player and drummer, they wanted me to scream when we started jamming, and I was like really intimidated by it. I always thought it was really cool, but I just never expected myself to do that. And they kind of taught me how to do it, and I sat down with my friend Keon, and he taught me how to do it, and I loved it. I just like totally fell in love with it. It was so powerful, and just like the energy in it. And I remember telling my boyfriend at the time, like, I'm learning to scream and I'm so excited and this is so freaking cool. And he said, I don't know, those like girl singers or girl screamers, I hate it. It's so high pitchy and I can't listen to girl screamers. I think it's super unattractive and I don't enjoy it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I love doing it.
Yeah.
It's super fun. I'm going to do
Hit the
more
road,
of it.
Jack.
Hit the road, Jack. But yeah, like, but when I hear that, the sort of like sexist comments, whatever, I just try and make the best out of it and do what they tell me not to do, I guess.
Yeah. That doesn't sound punk rock at
No,
all.
no.
Which is like
Not
the
at
perfect
all.
attitude for everything.
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sure we're going to talk about this this more and more throughout the podcast, but let's get going on some music. And we offer the first choice to you.
Okay. So all of my choices are very like new wave sort of female vocalist bands. Yeah. Okay. So
I like the disclaimer. Mike often throws out disclaimers like that.
totally.
Too.
Well, because I don't want people being like, she didn't play any like Joan Jett or
Well, I mean, that's what you'd expect,
yeah,
right?
totally. So that's why I'm not going to do it.
Excellent.
Okay. So
You could put whatever you want on here.
That's right.
yeah, exactly. So this first band is, if anybody knows me or has heard our music and has heard this band, I'm sure they could kind of put two and two together that I take lots of inspiration from the vocalist. The band is Paramore. Vocalist is Hayley Williams, and just somebody that I've looked up to since I started listening to, harder music, I guess.
I wouldn't have expected that at all.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hear a very different
Oh, totally.
vibe
Well, that's good.
in both the music.
Because I don't want to, I don't
You
want
wanna
to
draw
sound
from it, but you don't wanna sound like her. Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No,
go
no.
ahead. I was just gonna say, like, it's so interesting because I think we're just a little bit older, so
Yeah.
we missed on the Paramore thing.
Yeah.
But it seems like everyone younger than us is like really into Paramore, and I always like for some reason thought they were just like a pop rock band on the radio, which is like
Yeah.
weird. I don't know.
I think it's because like when they started making music and like kind of was around the whole like pop rock, pop punk era.
Yeah.
This was like the band with the female vocalist, and
Right.
she freaking rips. Like, can I say swear words?
can swear
Oh, you
all
can
you
do
want.
it. Yeah. We put
She
in
I also,
Freaking rips.
I also don't know if frickin' is a swear, but
Yeah.
thanks for putting us on the
No, I just
the
didn't wanna
watch list
say
now.
Fucking yeah.
Apple's gonna kick us off now.
Yeah.
Feel free. Be who
Thank
you
you.
want to be.
Awesome. Yeah, no, Hayley Williams just huge. Who I take a lot of inspiration from her, and yeah,
Yeah, I think there's from when the time that we come from, like hardcore
Mm-hmm.
and pop punk they didn't cross paths,
No.
but like, in the later years, I guess, you'd see a lot of the hardcore kids showing up at the pop punk shows.
Yeah,
and
like
then you see
Warped
those
Tour.
tours come together,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Like I saw Madball and 4 Years Strong play together, which to me is like, what?
yeah, absolutely.
Makes no sense at all. But like, the guys that are throwing windmills and Madball are doing, they're right up front for 4 Years Strong
Yeah,
too, which
absolutely.
blows my mind.
So cool.
Okay, so Paramore,
Yeah.
excellent. And what was the song?
There's so many good ones. It's so hard to pick. I picked the song Fences. It's off of their second album, Riot, which is my favorite album of all time. So
Cool.
yeah,
I got one more quick Paramore
Yeah,
question. Do you
yeah.
like the new album?
I
'Cause
love it.
I read a lot of
Ugh,
reviews, and a lot of people are like, online are saying that it's awesome because like she's
it's
taken a new level.
different. It's so different. Like if you listen to the new album compared to Riot or any of their other albums, it's like night and day. Like this new one's like 90s pop. It's phenomenal. They're just amazing artists. And sorry, I'm just like
No, go ahead. That's what this
Do you
is
work
about.
for Paramore?
That's what this is all about.
this is the Paramore podcast. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. To me or you?
You can go.
Yeah?
We can go clockwise.
Okay. For all of you that don't know, we are sitting in a clockwise formation. So
Sorry to ruin the
No,
studio
it's-
magic.
Yeah, I mean, you've taken the mysticism out of it.
I know.
Okay, I'm starting off with a real short one. This is a band that I absolutely love. I think that this is one of the better signs that Fat has done in their more recent years. And this is an all-girl band. It's Bad Cop. And I absolutely love the way all their voices come together. The harmonies it rivals Beach Boys. And I'm not going to get into the Beach Boys. Don't worry.
You like to talk about the Beach Boys. I think you
try
should
and give him a
I
little
think you just
plug
like
every
John
episode.
Stamos.
He's not a Beach Boy.
John Stamos.
He's a fake Beach Boy.
At best.
I believe he was in the band in the Full House. So
Yeah, he was. But I really love how Stacy and Jenny's vocals come together. I mean, the hooks are they're unlimited in all their songs. And they're one of those bands that, to pick a song, I really could have just like put the songs all up on a wall and thrown a dart blindly and just really picked anything. Yeah. And I just... I really like Stacey's voice in the way that it has like that harder edge to it, like kind of like a Brody Armstrong, but it's a lot more polished. Cool. You know, it's got that grit, but it still has a lot of melody to it.
I think you can tell she can sing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still not sold that Brody can actually sing.
I think she took a lot from Tim's influence.
There's a lot of that mumble going on there.
Yeah, totally. So the song is off their first EP, and the song's called Asshole.
Nate, that's more swearing. we hit our quota. We hit our quota with friggin'.
Thanks a lot, Sarah. Man, that's what you get for having a guest on.
Have you seen Bad Cop? Did you see them?
No, I haven't seen them. I've never seen them.
I thought for some reason you saw them.
No,
I would like to see them.
Yeah, me too. They look like they have a fun time up there. And
Bad Cop? Is that it?
Bad Cop.
Bad Cop.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
I've never heard of them.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
we're turning you on to new music too. Excellent.
Sweet.
Michael, to you.
To me, I'm also going to have a disclaimer.
Excellent.
Because I like my disclaimers.
Are you going to swear?
I'll try not to.
Okay.
I'm working on that. I was going to try to, like, because there's so many great female singers and bands and nowadays. And before, too, I'm like, you could go easy. You could pick Joan Jett. You could pick the Runaways, Blondie, things like that, really easy. Or you could go, like, the singer-songwriter route, like... That's kind of easy picking. So I'm going to try to stick to bands that I haven't brought on the show before. So
no Taylor Swift is what you're saying.
Fuck. That's the rest of mine. No, I'm just kidding.
I'd support that. I like Taylor Swift. Although
I know.
her new album sucks. But
Sarah, does her new album suck?
I don't like Taylor Swift at all. Actually, you know what? I did listen to 1989 quite a few times because that album's
It's a good album.
But she's turned into this like...
She's a bad
Just
person.
like Kim Kardashian fucking shit. It's like, just do your own thing.
That's exactly my argument.
Do you like Ryan Adams' version of 1989?
I think I've heard it, but I don't think I gathered an opinion on it. It's probably better than the Taylor Swift.
There you go, Mike. Frig you.
No one likes me. Anyway, the first band I picked was a band from the UK called... and I really don't know how to pronounce this, so I hope this isn't like the core thing where a band tells me later that I pronounced their name wrong.
Okay.
Muncie Girls? Do you know how to say it?
Muncie Girls.
Muncie sounds right.
Muncie.
Yeah,
That's probably it.
I don't know what Muncie. I'm guessing it's some sort of UK slang.
Yeah.
There's a lot of slang in the UK.
Yeah.
And Australia.
Yeah, I'm not down.
It wasn't that you're not down. You just don't understand it. It's over your head.
I'm not wise to the game.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Anyway, I just they write really catchy songs with but a lot of the lyrics are about misogyny and the need for social change, and it's something that's like attracted me to punk always anyways.
Yeah.
So they kind of take up that same sort of thing as like Reviver and Petrol Girls and War on Women and stuff like that. So
Sweet.
And the album is from Kaplan to Belize. It's from 2016, and the song I picked was Respect.
Just a little bit?
Not just a little bit, just respect.
Just a lot.
Full on. Everyone wants
Baby.
full on respect, Nate.
Okay.
Not
So
a little bit.
Just a little.
Not how you respect me. You
Right.
want me to respect me a little bit.
At best.
At best.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to point my way around the table. You're going to say song and band name.
Fences by Paramore.
Asshole by Bad Cop, and...
Respect by Muncie Girls.
Boom.
I'm sitting in a room made up of only big white walls, and in the hall there are people looking through the window in the door. They know exactly what we're here for. Don't look up, just let them think there's no place else you'd rather be. You're always on display for everyone to watch and learn from. Don't you know by now you can't turn back, because this road is all you'll breathing, just breathe it in. Yeah, yeah, well, you're just a mess. You do all this big talking, so now let's see you walking. I said, let's see you walking.
Sarah, the honor goes to you.
Okay. My second pick is from a band called Paris. It's spelt PVRIS.
Oh, that's very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, their like logo and their name, I think they got in. They had a legal battle with Paris Jewelers, because if you look up the Paris Jewelers logo, it's like the exact same as Paris's logo.
It's always mind blowing to me when like a big company is like,
Yeah.
oh, this punk band is
Yeah,
doing. Like,
I know,
who
right?
cares?
Who fucking cares?
Right.
Totally. They're not selling
You're
jewelry.
not even in the same world.
I know,
Like,
I
what
know.
does it matter?
Like the Taco Tuesday thing.
Yeah, or like when my band's name was Starbucks and Starbucks came after us. It
Yeah.
was
You don't mess with Starbucks, man.
No, it was inappropriate.
Yeah. So PVRIS. The vocalist is Lindsay Gunnelfson, and this is more of like a synth pop kind of band.
Okay.
But a little bit heavier instruments. I think I don't want anybody to quote me on this, because I heard this from one person's mouth, so it might be totally wrong.
That is,
want 100%
want to double
accuracy.
source these facts that you're putting out there. I mean, we have a lot of listeners, Sarah.
I have no sources. But I think Lindsay writes like all of the music for this band, and it's just all fucking awesome. So
Cool.
I'm seeing them in San Fran in like 3 weeks, and I'm so excited.
Where
Nice.
did you first hear of Paris?
I think my friend just showed me them one day in her car. I remember, I think I was in my friend Erin Maddox's car, and she played it, and I was like, oh my God, who is this? This singer is so amazing. Because she kind of has like a little grit to it's like very soft, and then she'll like add a little grit to it, and it's just beautiful. So yeah, I think my friend just showed me, and I just instantly fell in love. I just love this band so much.
When it comes to that kind of vocal styling, I mean, you mentioned that you take a lot of influence or draw from somebody like Haley. I don't use last names. I just, we're all on
that
first
girl
name
Haley,
basis,
yeah.
But I mean, was that a developmental thing for you? Like where you were, really taking a conscious effort at shaping your voice and creating your own style for the music that you guys make?
Yeah, absolutely. This is my very first band. I actually did a lot of musical theater before this. Like it was my only vocal training is like being in musical theater and singing and dancing and doing all that stuff.
I do appreciate the jig
The little
you did.
jig. I just did a little jig.
Mike does the color part of the the podcast, or the play-by-play. Sorry,
Come on.
So yeah, I just loved like the theatrical part of musical theater, I guess is where I got that from. But yeah, I took a lot of inspiration from these guys, and a lot of inspiration from like Amy Winehouse, and just people who can people who write their own music. Like it's not like somebody goes into a music studio and they already have their music written for them. Like I just really admire people who can sit down with a guitar or whatever and just like make music. And
I just ask because I'm always interested in that. Like when you've got a lead vocalist and kind of the creation of that voice, right? Because I think male or female, there has to be something stand out for you to really, really start to appreciate that. Like, there's certain bands that I listen to just for the vocalist because I
totally.
really like the tone or the way that they've created this voice, right?
Yeah, I can't listen to a band if I don't find the vocalist is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like the band and the guitar and the music can be amazing, but if I don't like the vocals or they're just boring, like I don't want to fucking listen to it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like vocals make everything.
Yeah. So when I'm writing, I'm like, okay, what is most interesting? Like, what can I do here that's different that people won't expect?
Do you think of your voice as more of like another instrument within the band? Like for me, I mean, I have a ton of lyrics in my head from, that I can sing along to a band, but like it's more just through absorption than anything else. Like I hear the vocal as more of another instrument as opposed to, just kind of listening for the lyric.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not very good at like a lyricist. I feel like I'm much melodies come much easier for me, and I'll write the melodies before I write the lyrics. It's really difficult because lyrics are obviously there's syllables and everything. But yeah, I much connect more to melodies than lyrics for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
My next pick is, a lot of this actually could be a big high five to you, Mike, because this list could have been top 5 bands you've heard from Mike. So this next one definitely plays into that. And this is a band that you made me aware of last year, and I still have a problem saying the name. And this is another band that had to change the appearance of their name because of social media outcries. But the band is called Slutface, and the song I chose is Pitted, and it's off their album that came out last year, Try Not to Freak Out. Haley Shea is the vocalist. And, something that I found kind of interesting I did do a little bit of research on this because I wanted to bring something a little different to the table than Mike's brought in
research?
the past. Yeah. But without even hesitation through their name, the Norwegian government actually paid them to tour high schools.
Huh?
At one point. Yeah, despite their name being Slutface. And... it's just so much more progressive over there. I hear that word and it just, it makes me cringe.
Totally.
But it's
supposed to make you cringe. That's
exactly.
And I get that.
That's what it's for.
But it does. It still makes me cringe.
Yeah.
They changed the way that the name is shown. So it's like an O with a line through it because they were getting so many people, trolling them about this name, right? And it just became, I think they got kicked off Facebook at one point because they were using that name. But it was so not what I expected. I guess I expected something really aggressive and kind of in your face when you had first mentioned this band, and they're not like that at all.
No. They got a lot of pop sensibility.
Yeah,
a
lot of pop sensibility.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's my choice.
Huh. Well, I had them, so I'm going to cut them.
You're going to do an audible?
I'll do an audible.
You don't have to.
No, I'll do the audible.
Okay.
It's fine.
We don't run our list by each other before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Mike always has a list of about 10 to go to. So
Good. There you go.
he does a top 30 every year as opposed to a top 5.
Just because I'm a nerd.
It's a true story. It's a true story. I love you, Mike.
I hate you, Nate. The one other thing I want to say about them is how politically active they are.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the video. The song I was going to pick was Sponge State. I don't know if you've heard that one.
No.
But it's their video was done. There was a whole
Maybe.
bunch.
Is it on the same record?
No.
Okay.
It's actually the first song of theirs I heard. But there was a protest over some logging company or drilling company. I keep trying to think now if it's a mining company in Norway, and they were mining in a national park. So all these teenage protesters had gone up there to protest, and the band found out about it, and they drove up there and played live, and it's all videotaped of everyone getting arrested, while they're playing, everyone getting arrested and all that stuff, and it actually stopped the mining at the time.
Cool.
I don't know if it lasted long, but for it caused a little bit of an outcry, enough that it was brought up in media and stuff like that. So
well, I think most people can't even say they stop something for a moment, something of that of that gravity,
or just
right?
people sticking up for what they believe in general is just super admirable.
Yeah.
So I guess my audible then will be Kate Nash and the Girl Gang.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know Kate Nash. She was she's a pop singer.
I know that name for sure.
And she was in Glow.
Oh yeah.
Who was she in Glow?
The librarian wrestler or nerdy wrestler or whatever, or the one that sleeps with Mark Maron.
I can't think of it.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Anyway, when did you move to LA?
No, let's take a break and let me think about
I
it.
want to talk about Glow.
Glow was really good.
It was good, yeah.
When she moved to LA, she started wanting to get into Riot Girl stuff, and she started this open thing where girls would come play with her and stuff, and they started writing just Riot Girl songs. So it was called the Kate Nash Girl Gang, and it would just be a monthly show thing.
Cool.
And the only song they ever really released was a cover of a Fiddler song, which is really cool. So that's the one I'm going to audible with, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you're a big Fiddler fan.
I am.
A big advocate for Fiddler.
I am.
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right.
Okay. Here we go.
Thanks for stealing my song, Nate.
Paris, My House.
Pitted by I have trouble saying
Say it.
Yeah, slut face.
Own it.
Okay, I've owned it.
Say it.
Kate Nash Girl Gang with Cocaine.
I feel you in these walls. You're a cold that creeping in, shimmy to my bones and skin. I heard you down the hall, but it's vacant when I'm looking in. Oh, who lets you in? You walk around like you own the place, but you never say anything. I caught you walking straight through my walls. Guess it was all my fault. I think I let you in. Never thought that I would feel like this. Such a mess when I'm in your presence. I had enough that you were making me sick. Gotta get you out of my system, yeah. It's my house, and I think it's time to get out. It's my soul, it isn't yours anymore. It's my house, I think it's time to get out. Yeah, I think it's time to get out. You're at my bedroom door. Heard your footsteps on the floor, closer than ever before. And now you're in my room. You're a cold that creeping through on sheets, avoiding you. You walk around, I can hear you pace, circling my bed frame. Oh, but now we're face to face, out of my pillowcase, but darling, you can't stay. Never thought that I would feel like this. Such a mess when I'm in your presence. I had enough that you were making me sick. Gotta get you out of my system, yeah. It's my house, and I think it's time to get out. It's my
You'd mentioned, you met the band members you have now through going to shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Was the all ages scene was it a big thing when you were growing up?
Well, when I first started going to shows, it was like there was a show every weekend, and the community that we had, which was like the metal sort of hardcore community. We would be at every show, and it was awesome. There was this venue that we all used to go to and used to have a bunch of fun at. And then when it closed, and the New Black wasn't around anymore, there's just like no fucking venues in Calgary. No all ages venues, that's for sure. Like we'd play in, or I'd see friends play in like the basement of churches and stuff like that, which was totally fine. But I felt like when I first started going to shows in like the 1 or 2 years that I did go to shows very frequently because this venue was open and doing its thing. After that had shut, it was just like everybody kind of started doing their own thing. Yeah, I don't know. Like I want to say I blame it on the venue, but
it's a pretty standard story.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Basically,
totally.
What happened to us. We had like Carpenters and Multi.
Yeah.
And Hounsfield.
And when that went away?
Then it went away for a while, and then there was nothing for a while, and then I think New Black, and then like a bunch of those hardcore kids started like doing it in Inglewood, I think. Was that another place? Alexandra Hall, maybe, I think it was called, or something. I was too old to go to all ages shows. At some point I became too old to go to all ages shows.
Yeah.
Well, we have like some younger listeners. So there's this, have you guys heard of School of Rock?
Yeah.
So a guy, one of the guys who works there is a big fan of our music and a good friend of ours, Mark. And he like introduced the kids to our music, and they actually covered one of our songs, which is so fucking amazing.
That's cool.
I was just bawling my eyes out watching them do it. Like they actually did a show in it was January 28th something like that, early this year. And it was awesome to see these kids performing our freaking song. And they were all asking us, like, when is your all ages show? And they comment on our photos, like, all ages show. And we're like, no, because, like, fuck, where do we do an all ages show?
Yeah, sure.
I guess maybe, like, Tubby Dog.
Yeah, I think Tubby Dog does them.
Yeah.
And then there's that house that Evan Woolley worked really hard to get.
Oh, yeah, right.
But I don't really know what the deal is with.
No, I don't even know if it's open and running or anything like that.
It is running now. But
it is, okay.
Oh.
And I think there's that one group that's trying to get a hall, and they do all ages, like the punk rock bowling. The guy did punk rock bowling.
Yeah.
Their Major Minor Music Project, is that what it's called?
I think so.
Come on, you're supposed to be more down to the ground with this than me.
It sounds familiar, so it's probably right.
If I show up at the all ages show, that's not a good thing. They're like, who's the narc?
Yeah, you are a narc.
Yeah.
Just in terms of like being the vocalist, I always assume the vocalist writes their own lyrics. Is that the case in your band? Yeah. So do you just kind of write what comes to you? Is there something that you're really, I don't want to say like, consciously making an effort to write about? Right. I mean, where does that kind of inspiration and process come from for you?
Well, since our music is it is like heavier, I do like to write about things that I'm frustrated about, or that I'm upset about, or that I'm really passionate about. I find it difficult that when I'm really happy and things are really going great, it's difficult for me to kind of write. I find writing to be like really therapeutic, and I find it a lot easier to write about things that I've struggled with. Things that upset me and frustrate me, which is and I love listening to music that other people are frustrated about, because it's like, okay, I'm not alone, like other people deal with this and feel like this, and I think that's really cool. But so our guitar player lives in Vancouver. He's a flight attendant and his base is there, so he's able to like fly to Calgary kind of whenever, if he gets the time off work sort of thing. But he'll like write the guitar parts at home in Vancouver, and then he'll send it to us, and we'll like write our own individual parts.
Okay.
And then we'll jam it.
So it's a real group effort.
Yeah.
Okay.
How postal service-y.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I fucking wished he lived in Calgary, because it's really difficult.
I bet.
Having him out in Vancouver. Come on, Dre, move back.
Is he trying to move back here, or not really?
When he started his flight attendant, he requested his base be in Calgary, and then his second spot he said would be fine was Vancouver, and he ended up his base being in Vancouver. And I remember like him calling me and he's like, I fucking hate this city, like it's so expensive, it's so dirty, and now he loves it. And I'm just like, well, it's Vancouver.
You almost had a permanent smile on Mike's face.
Oh, do you not
he
like
hates Vancouver.
Really?
So yeah, I was watching it all happen.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh wow,
beautiful.
Mike's gonna hug this guy when he sees him, and now probably not.
No.
Yeah, that's too bad. You almost had a new friend, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, I think because Dre didn't really have a whole lot of buddies out there, and then we've actually like a few of our friends have moved out there, which I don't feel like spending $12,000 on rent a month.
No, that's a little insane.
I like Vancouver visiting it, but I couldn't live there.
And where does I'm always interested to know where the name comes from, and it's almost always like the dumbest story. Do you have another dumb story, or is this a good one?
It's kind of.
I'll take either.
It kind of just makes us sound like fucking sellouts.
Did you get a $2 million deal for your first EP?
No, I wish. No.
Because we're looking for sponsorship.
Yeah.
We're just going to throw that out there.
Yeah.
The Bing sponsorship isn't quite covering all our bills.
Starbucks isn't helping either.
No. It actually, I don't know if I'm sure Dre's going to be like, why'd you fucking tell the story? Like, just make up a new story or something. But I think Dre said he was watching this documentary about Kurt Cobain. And Kurt Cobain was in this band before Nirvana called the Sellouts. And he was like, that's it. We're fucking taking that name. And then so we made it Sellouts at first. And then we just said, no, drop the S.
Okay.
It's going to be Sellout.
The Sellouts, that kind of sounds like a ska band.
See,
Did you guys play ska? No.
Yeah, no.
It's the first time I saw anything from your band. It was the Seinfeld logo.
Yeah.
And I was like,
my idea. I did.
Smart. Smart.
People love that, and I told the guys like, we have to make our
So
fucking
I
logo.
I thought you guys would be a pop punk band just because of
Totally.
like how it looked. I was like, I like this.
Yeah.
So that's why I listened to you guys.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, no.
I'm a sucker for anything Seinfeld.
I love Seinfeld. So I told the guys we have to do something Seinfeld related, and I just thought like the logo.
What's your favorite Seinfeld episode?
That's a loaded question,
Oh,
dude.
I know.
Could you answer that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I could answer it right now. I'm not going to because I'm not being interviewed.
Yeah. Probably the Little Kicks, Elaine's.
Oh yes, the dancing one. Yeah. Have you watched the thing on Netflix? The in cars
Comedians
going
in
Comedians
hard?
in Cars.
Yeah.
I've only watched the first episode with Jim Carrey, and I liked it.
That's the worst one.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, he does one with Elaine.
That's
and
so
he
good.
does one with Kramer too. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the
And with
Elaine
Larry
one
Da-
was great. And Larry David, yeah.
He was allowed to do one with Kramer. Do you
And
know
the
what
Kramer-
happened to
And
him?
they address it.
Oh,
They
they
talk
address
about
it.
it. Yeah.
And Michael Richards might be Kramer.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
fucking
he's
bonkers.
crazy. Yeah, he's
It was fucking bonkers, man.
Yeah, it was weird.
They just went up to some guy's house. He's like, it ended up being Jay Moore's house, which is even funnier.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
He's crazy.
The Elaine one was really good.
Yeah.
In
Cool.
both, they talk a lot about Seinfeld, which I really
That's
appreciated
awesome.
because
Yeah.
you almost think that, especially somebody like Jerry Seinfeld would dismiss it all, right? Like we're not going to talk
past.
about
No,
that at
totally.
all. But they talk
all
about
they
it
did
quite
talk
a
about.
bit. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
So you
I'll
should
have to
check
check
those
it out.
out.
Yeah, I love
If you're a real Seinfeld fan.
Yes. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I
We're
am.
going to check back in with you and update the show. Okay. Okay. So let's move on to pick number 3.
Okay.
And once again, Sarah, the honor to you.
Okay, so my next song is by a band called Gloss. The vocalist is transgender. They write about like feminism, and they've just created this like I've seen lots of videos of them at shows, and like you see all these girls at the front like singing along and like moshing, and it's just they created a really cool community, but they're broken up now.
Yeah, they did that really
Definitely.
quick too. Like it was just like they showed up and like everyone was into them.
Like, ugh.
Do you find an obligation, like being a female lead singer, like to bringing those issues out into the forefront?
I don't feel like it's an obligation. Like I want to do it, right? Because it's important to me, and I think it's a very important issue in the world in general. And I like writing about like political issues and things that I believe in, because it's always good to hear somebody else be like, okay, yeah, they believe in that too, and this is like a cool chick that also like feels the same way as I do. But no, I do feel that I enjoy artists that sing about, you know, difficult things and standing up for, you know, what they believe in and everything. I think that's something that I really want to write about as well. And some people don't like that. Some people don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to listen to this preachy, you know. But
which is weird because I don't think people say that about male vocalists as much.
No.
I don't know. Would you agree with that? That I think that there's this inference within a punk rock band that's maybe fronted by a female, that there would be this kind of, you know, like you say, preachiness to some of the lyrics, which I think is kind of ridiculous because, you know, I mean, there's a lot of preachy male bands.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like if a male band does it, people like put it on a pedestal. They're like, oh, I love how preachy they are.
Right. But the second that it goes
But no one
in the other
questioned it.
direction.
the second that you say the F word, that you're like feminism, people are like, fucking
Right.
get out of here.
All they
Like,
do-
shut up.
Right.
It's just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write about it even more now. Yeah.
I mean, we come from a time again, we sound like grandfathers. It's not that big of a disparity. But like, you know, where political correctness was a big part of the punk rock scene.
Totally.
You know, like I really embrace that, you know. I'm grateful for it because I think that we, not to sound like I'm putting, you know, our generation on a pedestal, but I feel like we were much more enlightened as a result of it. Like,
Would you say you're woke?
is that a slang word? Is that what you're
that's
trying to
the
throw at
worst
me?
one.
Is that real?
It's
That's
pretty
a slang
shitty.
word?
Yeah, that's a pretty shitty.
when you like know your stuff, you're woke.
So it's like trying to brag.
so
It's when you're trying to brag about how
Okay.
enlightened you are.
No, I wouldn't
Yeah,
say I'm woke. I'd just say I'm enlightened. But was there a lot of that when you were coming up in the punk scene? Was that that responsibility to political correctness, or that you know, anybody who wasn't was definitely shunned away?
Yeah.
You know, almost instantly.
I do believe like at shows, like hardcore shows, I noticed a lot of vocalists would be like, if anybody fucking falls down in the pit, you bring them back up, and if anybody gets hit or like, you know, whatever, you take care of each other, and girls are allowed to fucking be wherever the hell they want, you know. And there was always like, I remember going to almost every show. It was just like very welcoming. And some people didn't feel that way. Like I've had other people tell me, no, when I first started going to shows, I wasn't included in anything. And so, yeah, I guess it's kind of like the community that you grow up in. I'd like to believe that everyone is trying their best to be politically correct and like inclusive, but there's gonna be shitty people everywhere.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. Did we do that already?
You just kept going.
I just kept going. Did we pick a song from Gloss too?
No,
Yeah,
we didn't. No, we didn't pick a song yet.
Okay.
No, the song is it's Gloss, and then in brackets, We Are the Future, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mike, can you confirm or deny?
I can't.
Okay. We'll go with that then. Gloss by Gloss. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of
Sure.
them has periods in between, and one doesn't. I think for
Yes.
the song and the band, but I can't remember off the top of my head now.
Gloss has the band name has periods in
Yeah,
between.
so the song I think does not have the periods.
It's an acronym,
I
if
think
you
so.
will.
I'm
It
not-
stands for girls living outside of society.
Yeah.
Shit.
Beauty.
You got it.
Yeah.
That came quick. Nice. Okay, number 3. This is a band that I came across once again, courtesy of you, Michael Kondik. Appreciate it. I was on that Beard Sane comp where I've taken a bunch of bands.
Did you just listen to this comp? Is this all you do? Is listen to that comp?
That's it. The band's called Not on Tour. The song is Different Kind of Weather off the album Bad Habits. I just really like her voice. Her name is Seema. This is another band from Israel,
Cool.
which I'm always.
They're from Israel?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I thought it was like Brazil or something like that, but I don't know why.
Brazil, Israel. You know, they're really similar, right?
Same thing, yeah.
Same continent.
Yeah, you know.
Same world. Same planet.
I guess they're both from Earth.
Yeah. So there
And
you
if
go.
the Earth
They
is
have that
really
in common.
flat.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm always blown away when you see a punk band from Israel because I just can't imagine
Oh my
the
God.
strife in
Yeah.
front of them just to just to play music.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
I was
You looked like you were thinking about
I was trying to think
something.
about Useless ID because Useless
Yeah,
ID
they're
is
from
there.
Israel as well. Yeah.
And I was trying to think about that the NoFX thing when they went there.
Oh yeah, the
It's on the-
backstage
yeah.
passport. Right.
So that's all I was doing.
Okay.
I was just thinking back in my head.
I just saw
I got
you
nothing.
looking up.
No,
and
I was
thought,
trying to think.
Mike has something to say.
I had nothing to say. I was just thinking. I was lost in your eyes.
It's easy to do. Don't get lost in there. You'll never come out.
You got Betty Davis ones.
But yeah, it's just it's a fun skate punk band. You know, just kind of straight ahead. And yeah, I feel like for the amount of skate punk that was around in the '90s, there's really a lack of it now. And I don't know, maybe some people would think that that's a good thing, but I like the nostalgia of kind of revisiting that time. So yeah,
Cool.
Not on tour.
Cool.
Michael,
Very
are you
cool.
on tour?
I'm never on tour.
Okay,
No
we
one
should
wants to
take this show on the road.
That'd be an excuse to travel.
Yeah.
Who would come see us?
Well,
we
if
could go to
only we
Australia.
knew somebody that had $1 million EP deal. She raised her hand. It's true.
We're in.
Mike, your pick.
This is a band that kept popping up in conversations that I had about bands I should check out because they were on Red Scare, and then I kept meaning to check them out, and I kept hearing the name, and then finally I was going through the fest lineup last year, and I saw that they were on there, and the band is Sincere Engineer. I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I just didn't know anything. I had no idea what to expect. But because they were on Red Scare, I guess I wasn't expecting a girl singer, which is really shitty. But I don't know why. But I had no idea why. But I
Okay.
well, just being honest.
Yeah, no, I appreciate your honesty.
And the few things I did check out, it was acoustic, so I couldn't really understand. I was like, oh, that's weird. Red Scare's putting out like an acoustic thing, and then I finally got the album in January, I think, and apparently it's not acoustic anymore. She's hired a whole band to work with her.
Cool.
And the album is Rhombothin, and it's the song I chose was Corn Dog Sonnet No. 7.
Excellent. Were they on that Red Scare comp? Going back to comps again. You remember that 10-year anniversary?
I don't think so.
No.
Like she
That was a really good comp.
So I
too.
kept hearing Sincere Engineer. They were playing with Lawrence Armslot or Brendan Kelly and like stuff, and like any of the Chicago bands that were like kind of that group bands, Sincere Engineer would be opening, and I just kept hearing the name and stuff. But now that I've heard the album, it makes sense because her lyrics are very Lawrence Armsy, like about drinking and like fucking up when you being depressed about things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Excellent.
this is the worst explanation for a band ever I've done on a show.
Hey, don't say that, Mike.
I'm gonna cry.
Practice.
I wanna retake.
Practice.
I wanna
That's all you
retake.
got to do. You got to keep practicing. Practice.
I'm not here to talk about practice.
We talk about practice.
All right.
All right, Sarah.
This is Gloss by Gloss.
Yeah, gloss
This
by
is
gloss.
Gloss by Gloss. We are the future.
Not on tour. Different kind of weather. And Michael.
Sincere Engineer with Corn Dog Sonnet No. 7.
They told us we were girls, and we don't just look and cry. They told us we were girls, so we claimed our female lives. Now they tell us we are girls, our femininity doesn't fit. We're fucking future dolls, living outside society's shit. We're from the future, we're from the past. We're the one rolling on a mystery test. We're in it and we're before they're a god. The single kid of the royal blood. The future, faggots and fans. The future, not just any outcast girls.
You're pressing forward, but it doesn't feel different to me. It's a different kind of weather. It's a different kind of rain. Try to understand the way it goes. I had a corn dog, I fell asleep. I feel weird now, I had a bad dream about you and me. Spent a few days, I took a shower, watching TV and fed a sunflower. I'm still learning how to be. And what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now when you're still not around? And you're all I think about. And it's super nice out, but I'm too scared to leave my house, so I fall asleep on the couch. What am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now? Remember last night, the drunk and running, my front door hand with my forehead. This bruise ain't so bad. It looks alright in kitchen lighting. No one will see it, 'cause I'm not leaving. I'm gonna move around instead. And what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now when you're still not around? And you're all I think about. And it's super nice out, but I'm too scared to leave my house, so I fall asleep on the couch. Ah, what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do now when you're still not around? And you're all I think about. And it's so damn nice out, but I'm too scared to leave my house, so I listen to the breakdowns. They remind me of you, and I feel sorry for myself. And have another corn dog and fall asleep on the couch.
I went to school at Mount Royal. I was in their broadcasting program actually for a year.
Wow.
I hated it.
I took that program.
Sorry. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the program. It just didn't. Broadcasting wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, after high school, my parents, like, I took a year off after high school, and then my parents were like, okay, you need to go to school. Like, just fucking pick something.
Yep.
And it'll cost you so much fucking money, but just do it.
Yeah.
Which was fine. Like, you still learn a lot at school, like, even if you're not doing something that you want to do for the rest of your life. And yeah, it was okay. But then I took that for a year, and then I went to SAIT for marketing, and I did 2 years of that. It was a 2-year diploma, but I spaced my classes out, so I didn't finish the diploma. But my mom actually sat down and she was like, "You're spending lots of money on this. Like, do you really want to do this?" And I was enjoying it, and I liked marketing better than broadcasting, and it was school, and I do like enjoy learning about things. But then I just really had to seriously sit down and be like, no, I actually need to take the time to write music and do music, because that is what I want to do. It's what I've wanted to do for my whole life. So yeah, I quit school. It was funny because the guidance counselor or whoever that I had to sit down with the day to sign my papers saying I'm not coming to school anymore kind of thing. He was like, "So do you mind if I ask you why you're doing this?" And I just said, just other career opportunities. And he's like, "Oh, what kind of career opportunities?" And I said, I want to be a musician. I'm in a band, and I need to focus on that. And he was like, "Okay." Good luck, sweetheart.
Look of,
yeah.
Oh,
You
all right.
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No, but I'm so happy. It's the best decision I've ever made in my life.
And I mean, are the rest of the band members of that same vein? Like, I mean, is this something that you guys are really, we were talking in the break. You either kind of dig in or you don't.
Yeah,
you know, when
totally.
you're in a band, is everyone kind of on that same page?
Absolutely. Malcolm's in school doing the program that I was doing, but it's never like been an issue, and we're not going to ask him to quit school by any means.
Sure.
Please
Stay out of school. This is a kid's show, by the way.
Yeah, totally. But no, Frank and Dre are full-time. Well, you know, we all have our day jobs,
Sure,
but we're musicians. Yeah.
You're not living off of the music quite yet.
Oh, yeah. That probably won't happen for a long time, but that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Are you guys on a record label, or are you guys
No.
putting stuff out on your own? Are you guys looking for a record label? Like, what does that look like now and today? Like, is that even something you're striving towards, or do you just kind of, we're going to put our music out and our audience will speak for us?
Yeah.
In terms of if we keep going or how long we keep going for?
Exactly. Yeah, it's not a priority of ours to be like, we need to get signed. Like, I just enjoy writing the music. Like, if nobody liked our music, I don't care. I'm still going to write it. Like, I still want to write it. I still want to do it. And if we're not making money off of it, significant money off of it, like, yeah, it's a huge deal to like make money off of your music and for merch and everything to save up for getting more for your band. You know, like a van, vinyl, like more for the people that listen to your music. It's not like music to me isn't a profitable thing. Like, I don't expect to make money off of it. If we do make money off of it, it's going to more merch or more music or recording or travel. So it's not a priority to be on a label by any means, but if the time comes, you know, we're obviously going to sit down and talk about it.
Do you play an instrument as well, or have you played an instrument outside of Sellout?
Yeah, I play the acoustic guitar. I'm not very good at it.
I think most people that play
Yeah.
acoustic guitar probably say
I'm
that.
like G, E, C, D. But no, I have my own solo acoustic stuff, and I play a show every once in a while. And I'm trying to write more of my own solo stuff because I'd like to get better at guitar. And but yeah, I just love music.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go on to your fourth pick.
Okay. Okay, so this next band is called L.A. Witch. L.A. Witch.
As in Los Angeles?
yeah.
Gotcha.
I actually was recently introduced to them just through my friend, Arlen. I think Arlen just mentioned them while we were talking, and I looked them up because he was talking really well about them. Sorry, I'm talking to you guys like you know Arlen. Like, oh, Arlen.
Arlen
from the Palomino.
I'm
Yeah,
really good
you
friends
know.
with, I'm really good friends with Arlen.
Okay.
So there you go.
So there you go. So anyway,
I don't know Arlen.
cool, because he wanted to get them to play the Pal, but I think the vocalist has a DUI, so they can't come. But I love them. They're really, really cool. And there are three girls. I don't know where they're from. I don't think they're from Los Angeles. They probably are, actually. That would make sense.
Or Lethbridge. Maybe they're from Lethbridge, Alberta.
Lethbridge, Alberta,
right.
Witch.
It's
Yeah,
either-
perfect.
One or the other.
But this song that I've chosen is called "Kill My Baby Tonight."
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I guess that's to me.
That's to you.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
But thanks for looking at me for approval.
What do you think, Mike?
I think it's your turn.
Okay. So I did kind of stray from the punk rock pack on this one, but I feel like it's justified. This was a band that I saw for the first time opening for Lucero, which strangely enough, like I think we've talked about this before, like I'm always intrigued by the offshoots of punk rock. Like for all intents and purposes, I feel like Lucero doesn't fit in the punk rock genre at all, yet there they are. Like, I mean, their fan base, I would say is probably predominantly punk rock, fans.
Yeah.
But they toured with this band called Shovels and Rope, and it's a husband and wife team. And it was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen, and so rare that you see an opener that you're like, oh wow,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. Most times I don't even show up for the openers.
Snob.
Yeah, it's so much wasted time.
At least you're honest.
I'm doing podcasts. I'm pretty busy.
Yeah.
But I was blown away, and they they open up the show with Michael is playing guitar and singing, and he's got a harmonica, and his wife Carrie Ann is playing drums, and she's got a keyboard next to her, and
Wow.
she's singing as well. And
Cool.
about halfway through the show, they just switch.
Oh,
It
that's
was
so cool.
cool.
Ugh.
Like just the energy.
Yeah.
Watching them play. They had one of I think their first record that came out. They had a couple big singles, and kind of sounded like they were going to be, like on the radio. Were going to be a big thing. And I think they've kind of gone a little bit, regressed a little bit from that path. But they also both put out solo records that they both play on. So it's a little bit weird. Like I just think like. So what fits on a solo record and what
Yeah.
doesn't fit on the solo record? But they complement each other really, really well. And I really, really love her voice. She's got a lot of like soul and character to her voice. And that's a lot of what I look for in any vocalist, male or female,
Yeah.
is that character, that something different, that grabby sort of uniqueness. So the song I chose is called American Machine, and it's off her solo record called Lions and Lambs. And that's it. That's all I have for you.
Cool.
So, Mike, to you.
To me, the band I picked was Save Ends, which is a band I talked about a lot on the podcast, but never actually played.
Oh, really?
We've never played them on the podcast.
Who knew?
Me.
Touché.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about Save Ends, Mike?
That's it.
That's it?
No,
Okay.
I'm kidding. They're a band from Boston, or like that Boston area. I think they're actually from like a suburb of Boston or something. And because I talk about them a lot, I've been trying to get them onto the podcast for a reason, but they've just never fit for a topic that we've done. So I was stoked that we could put them on this one.
Sweet.
And I think the song I picked us off A Book About Bad Luck, which is their latest album.
Cool.
And
I think they made did they not make your top 30 this year?
they did.
So you have played them then?
Yeah, but that's not really. That was like an offshoot. That was like
That was a legit
like
episode.
a spin-off.
Okay. That was like the Perfect Strangers to Family Matters
Yes.
sort of thing.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes, I did know that.
Yeah.
She was the elevator operator.
That's
in
right.
Perfect Strangers.
And Carl was actually in the show from time to time
Yes.
as Harriet's husband. Yeah.
I'm up on my nerdy TV knowledge.
Did you watch any of those shows?
No.
Perfect Stranger? No.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
They're probably on the YouTube now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the
Check
old
'em
people
out.
channel?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
wasn't like a retro channel for a while, like Nick at Night, but not. We never had Nick at Night here.
Oh yeah.
Because when I was a kid, my mom would make me watch things like I Dream of Jeannie
Oh really?
and things like that.
Three's Company.
I was a big Three's Company. I still watch Three's Company.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
Mike's a big Family Ties fan. I don't know if you watch
No.
Family Ties at all. No.
No, I've never been like a TV kind of person. You know?
Okay.
Seinfeld is pretty much the only
That's
TV
it.
show that I've
It's good
ever
enough.
watched.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's not the only TV
thing.
show.
I've never seen
No.
TV except for this Seinfeld thing. It's amazing.
No, I just love Seinfeld.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I wanted to put Save Ends on this one is because they're just a band that's gotten better with each album. Like their first album was good, but it's like very generic-y pop punk. Like you can tell they listen to a lot of Paramore. Like I know they cite bands like Paramore and like the Anniversary and stuff. And each album they've gotten better, and their lyrics have gotten better and stuff like that. So anyway, the song I
Cool.
picked was Mr. C's Amazing Trip.
Excellent.
Cool.
So let's work our way around the table.
Okay.
Sarah?
The song is "Kill My Baby Tonight" by L.A. Witch.
And American Machine by Carrie Ann Hurst.
And Mr. C's Amazing Trip by Save Ends.
This way, Mississippi queen, longest leg of dancer they ever had seen. She could lay it out something strong, but her heart was cold as her legs was long. She was hot, fast, Tennessee trash. The only men she loved were Jack Daniels and Johnny Cash. She could lay it like a pistol with a heart-shaped mouth. When she shake it, she could teach them what they don't know how. Tennessee said to the Mississippi queen, this ain't no place for no Southern belle. We ought to rob the bar, the club Cherry Top.